we got to at least try this.
Yeah.
Like, there's something here. And what it wasn't just that, learning about single family and all the strategies. It was learning about money. I had never been taught, and I didn't know you could control it like this, like be in control of how much money you make. I thought you traded time for money. And so that's what led us into single family, then multifamily.
Waking up to success, now we getting it started. This is the real grind. Everything you've been wanting, building an empire, no question. Talking about real estate, investing, making the millions, no stopping. While we sip on gourmet coffee, the real grind. This is the real grind. Let's go.
Welcome back to The Real Grind, guys. My name is Neander Lima. I'm super excited to be here to doing this tour, man. It's been so cool.
It's our first tour. We're on the road, officially on the road.
Dude, I love your headphones, dude. It's just so cool, man. It's standing out. And as a matter of fact, we're going to show some B-rolls. We're here in this food court with some food trucks.
Food trucks,
and it's super awesome here, Austin, because, Austin has this vibe of, fun people, eating out, and a lot of people doing. Yeah, exactly. And I love that about Austin.
It brings me back to, like, a lot of people ask me, like, well, why did you move to Texas? And I usually tell people, because Texas has this family vibe. People in Texas, they like the local people. They like to invite you into their homes. And Austin is pretty much a staple on that. Like, you come into Austin, it's a completely different vibe from a lot of other places about Texas. And I've been here before. It's been way too long. And it's been amazing so far.
And today we have an awesome guest. They are both amazing, good friends of mine. They're both from Austin. The real estate journey started 2015. They co-founded the BE Properties Investors with over 700 doors. And welcome to the state, Liz Guenthner and Barbie Bowen. Let's go!
Hey.
How's it going?
Good.
Going good. Thank you for having us.
Here.
Dude, we're super excited to have this on the road just like this, on the park. Usually in the studio, everything's already prepared. We just come and do it. And now, I even got the humidity's crazy, by the way. So I'm melting down. But I'm super excited to be here with you guys. Thank you so much for being part of our show.
You.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And well, in the beginning of the show, we usually come in this introduction, but, the weather feels so great that, and now I'm actually close to the coffee, so I get to smell. What do you got going on for us today?
What I got going on is a hot mess behind me because I don't have a sink or anything, so it's just water, but I'm just, I got myself already all messed up. But what I have here is something really cool. I got from that website that I always get stuff from them, and it's called JOVEN. JOVEN basically means like a teenager or a young kid, But this one, it's a girl at 13 years old. She became the youngest Q grader in the world. Q grader is a person that can taste the coffee and tell what the notes are in the coffee and tell all the specific stuff on the coffee. So this one was handpicked by her. So this is one of her stuff.
That's so cool.
So let me cover this so y'all are not cheating to find out what it is, because I want to know what y'all think it is.
Okay.
But this is it. So I'm excited to make this way.
All right.
I'm excited.
This is going to be something a little different today, though. I don't have my grinder with me, so I had to pre-grind it, something that I don't really
But
do.
it was very quick. It was probably about less than an hour before.
Right.
So freshly.
But I'm picky. I like to grind my coffee and make it right away. So
Does that affect the flavor?
it does, because whenever you grind the coffee and store it away,
Yeah.
the freshness of the coffee go away. All the gases and stuff that gets released from the coffee ground goes away. So the best thing to do is grind your coffee, make it right away.
Okay.
All right, but we're going to stay for the coffee time. Okay.
Yes.
So, guys, I want listen, Barbie, I want to hear about you guys. Where are you guys from? So we can start with you. Let's
Okay.
go. Where
Well,
are you from and your beginnings?
Here in Austin, actually, born and raised.
Really?
Yeah, I'm one of those
The
rare
capital.
ones. Yeah. Dad came from Chicago. Mom came from Mexico, actually.
Really?
So what she brought to my background is her work ethic. Being a migrant, being an immigrant at a young age, I learned her work ethic, and she wanted me to get into the system, get into school as quick as possible, get a job as quick as possible. Dad, too, he was in the military. He was, this is what you do. The job will take care of you. The government will take care of you. Just get into the system. And so I got a degree, got 2 degrees. I had job after job after job trying to move up. And then I found real estate, but I'll save that for after
Let's
her
save that a
intro.
little bit,
Yeah.
of course. And do you speak Spanish?
I do not. I can tell when someone is very angry with me, and I can tell what they're saying when
But
they're
the
angry.
intonation of the voice, the intonation is universal, right?
Yeah. My mom would say, "Ay, Lisa." I know I'm in trouble.
Right? And at least, or in Germans, that they sounds like they're pissed off all the time,
All the time.
right? So
Yeah, so you never
all
know.
the time. So cool. What about you,
Yeah.
Barbie?
I have been in Austin my whole life.
Okay.
And went to school here, went to UT. That's actually where I met Liz. And we connected early and then kind of went our own way for a while and came back together and reconnected in 2009. Kind of found real estate in 2015. So
Yeah.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah.
And so you
History
guys,
there.
you guys met in school.
We did.
University.
It was actually middle school or high school. Our memories are a little, but then high school, college,
Yeah,
and then rooming
yeah.
together, and then just we went off and did our own separate thing,
Yes.
and then reconnected in 2009. So
That's so cool. And
Yeah.
Austin, you guys, obviously, you hear Austin entire life. I love Austin. But I noticed how much Austin grew in the past, actually, 10 to 15 years.
oh my gosh,
Wasn't a crazy growth? I was actually looking some data to the population growth here. It's like
Yeah.
a lot more than. Is that the biggest, the fastest growing city in Texas?
what the stats?
It's definitely one of a lot of the suburbs in Austin are technically like the fastest, but I mean, as a local realtor also, I mean, we always talk about how many people are moving here a day, and it was always
right, yeah.
135, 140, 150, whatever it is a day, it's a lot.
a day.
Wow, isn't it crazy?
Yeah.
So let's talk about some hobbies. Do you guys have any? What is
Yes, mine.
Yes,
Well, I'll just
Liz.
start. So I actually, my first degree was in fine art. So I'm an artist, and so it's become a hobby because that's what I do when I'm not doing real estate or other tech jobs that I've also had. So art for sure. That's my hobby.
it? What about you?
Mine's always been a physical fitness something. I got certified on paddle boards. Was always a certified personal trainer.
Where'd you go to school?
UT.
UT. What would you do?
I did kinesiology, which is basically a teaching coaching degree.
Yeah.
Never knew what I was going to do with that, even though I loved everything that I learned. And then I got sucked up into restaurants and managed Chewy's actually for many years.
Really? That's cool. All right.
Yeah.
So, big little story I want to tell that I got a book in my house. It was a beautiful kids book.
That's
And the
right.
name of the book was the Hardworking
Hardworking Honeybee.
Talk about
Yeah.
this book. It was amazing.
I was hanging out with my sister one time. She was having a little get-together, and I met some of her neighbors. And her neighbor came up to me and said, I have this idea for a children's book. And I said, that sounds amazing. This experience of, the smells and it relaxes whoever's reading it. And so she was like, I want to make a kid's book right before bedtime. I said, that's a really good idea. And I've always loved scratch and sniff books, growing up. So we came together, and she laid out the storyline, and I
Illustrated.
I illustrated the book, and that's actually when I have enough financial freedom to just do this passively and actively and just have more time with friends and family and art will be to illustrate my own children's book.
So was that the first book that you worked on it, or do you have worked with other books before?
That's the most published ones. There's
Yeah.
been little projects here and there, but that was
That's so cool, man. It's great. It's one of the things like my grandfather used to say, a man has to, when he grow up, he needs to plant a tree, write a book, and I forgot something else he said.
Buy a house.
Buy a house. Well, we all
That
know,
sounds good.
buy a house, yeah. Well, cool. And guess what time is it?
It's coffee time.
It's coffee time. Let's go.
All right, so this is gonna be very different, at least for me, because big mistake. I forgot my actual grinder back on the studio, so I had to grind the coffee using one of those espresso machines at the most coarse side of the grinder, right? So the setting is not my favorite, as you can see here.
Okay.
Can you see? It looks like mud
Yes.
in a way. Whenever you make a pour over, it's supposed to look more like a greedy, like the sand. Like it's almost like how can I explain that? It's more like
more. You could see actual.
It's very coarse.
Yes.
You know. So let's see. This is gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting for all of us. So you guys.
Let's honor that kid that graded this coffee, and she
know.
picked that.
Her name is Frankie.
All right.
Right.
And where does she?
Frankie Volkma.
12-year-old professional taster.
Professional
Let's say where
taster.
she's from.
Maybe try to pass this over.
Thank you.
And there's one for you. Thank you. Grab it. Thank
Now,
you.
is there a special way to?
Absolutely.
Of course.
Absolutely.
How do you-
So first things we do is smell it, right?
Okay.
So give it a good smell. And then whenever you're gonna sip on it, whenever you're gonna drink it, you're gonna slurp on it, like you drink something very hot.
Okay.
So Neander, can you show us how does
Yeah,
Can
all
I-
the
what's
can we
time,
see
man.
your
It's really what your mom
slurping?
tell you not to do on the table. You do exactly opposite. Like,
because that allows all the oxygen to go in and you get all the flavors. But let's see
so
how
you
this
put,
goes.
suck it, let it slide on the sides of your. That sounds really funny, right? Like, and then you go on the sides.
But be honest. I want you all to give me the honest feedback. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you feel like you need sugar?
Never sugar.
No.
Good.
It's smooth. It's not bitter.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And it's funny because I've drank it before when I grind the coffee the right way, the way that I like when it's a V60. But this is not bad.
Yeah, it got a very, a lot of body.
Yeah,
Very
absolutely.
cool.
That's what
I like
happens.
it.
It's good flavor.
And you can see the oils on top of it. You can see that, like,
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, like I was getting the filter wet before I start making the coffee. That way you allow all these oils to go to your cup instead of getting stuck to the paper.
Because you need those oils. It's
You
what.
do,
It's the
yeah.
flavor.
My
Yeah.
goodness, I never knew that.
So on this one, where's the bag? We have, did you notice any flavors in there? Anything that you stuck out for you?
Chocolate.
Okay. Looks like we have another Q grader on the table.
Let's go, Liz.
Tell us the secrets, but during the spilling the beans, we're probably gonna find out that she's a Q grader, professional Q grader, undercover Q grader.
Yeah, it was like, you sure suck, man.
You're coffee.
Yeah,
dude.
you coffee.
But this one has notes of red apple, milk chocolate, and almond. So it's a really good coffee to make espresso or a latte. Remember that latte? I made?
Yeah. But you know, the reason that they put those notes in there for you to see, because as soon as he said that, you can, I can kind of, you know, it's probably a psychological thing, but
Could
like
be.
it helps.
I'll buy it. Yeah.
Yeah, right?
I knew that it was a good bold flavor, but I couldn't put my.
Yeah, so if you don't like apples, you screwed them because they're
Yeah.
like, oh, goddamn apples.
Right. And one quick thing here before I let y'all go and continue your conversation. Look how cool this is. So the coffee industry has a problem right now. The typical age of a coffee farmer is 55 years old. So we're facing a severe talent shortage in the near future. So that's why they're getting all these younger folks to get passionate about coffee. Otherwise,
Awesome.
we're not going to have great coffee in the coming years.
But
Yeah.
I feel like when I go to Brazil and our coffee farm, and a lot of it's becoming a thing. Everybody's doing coffee, and people that love coffee, they love coffee for real, man.
Yeah.
Like, look at Italo. We created a monster.
Where's my coffee?
Yeah,
Catch myself scratching.
But really, like, he really likes coffee and his passion. When you, especially when you, if you have you guys have an opportunity to go into a farm, coffee farm?
No, never.
You should go. It's really cool. What about a winery?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, it's similar. It's really cool. You know, you get to see the guy harvesting, how he cultivates those things, and put a lot of love and touch to it
Oh, I would
all
love
the
that.
way here. Now, you know, the baristas and all the coffee shops that is more like, you know, locals. That's why I'll support locals. But good job on the find,
Absolutely.
dude.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
job.
Glad y'all
Coffee,
liked
thank
it.
you.
And,
Very good.
Don't hesitate if you want more. For
I
this
do,
time
man.
around, it's right here. Usually
Yeah.
I'm on my
Let's
coffee
do it.
cove. And I'll stay here just listening to y'all's amazing journey in Austin.
All right, so if you want to learn a little bit more how to get started and invest in real estate today, please go to the website multifamilyempire.com. And if you also want to learn how to do the best cup of coffee in your own home, we're going to teach you a lot of tips and tricks. Go to multifamilyempire.com/the real grind. Thank you so much. We can't wait to come in the next episode and see you. All right, let's talk real estate, guys.
Let's do it.
All right.
Coffee and real estate, my two favorite things.
I know. So talk to me. what was the real estate experience, first ever experience, which you guys just, were professionals and got into real estate? What was the real estate?
My mother did real estate my whole life. And
Okay.
so I kind of single-handedly watched her do one little door at a time.
As a realtor or as an investor?
As a realtor.
Okay.
So she would buy a house, she would kind of upgrade it herself and then sell it, but just always one at a time. And I always thought, God, that looks fun. And she always kind of didn't really want me to do that. I think she wanted something a little more stable, if you will. And so I did other things. I got distracted. And then in 2015, I
was sick on the couch. I had the flu, and I watched, HGTV, and followed by a commercial for a national group of investors that I said, hey, let's go to this seminar. It's 1 day, it's free. And she said, it's free? And I said, it's free, it's downtown. Let's just try it out. This whole flipping craze, let's go check it out. We went, we signed up for the 3-day after that. So we signed up for a 3-day. And after the 3-day, we were hooked. We were like, we got to at least try this.
Yeah.
Like, there's something here. And what it wasn't just that, learning about single family and all the strategies. It was learning about money. I had never been taught, and I didn't know you could control it like this, like be in control of how much money you make. I thought you traded time for money. And so that's what led us into single family, then multifamily.
So what was the first experience of investments? Was it a house you guys bought it and intentions to flip? And
I think it was the wholesale deal. We got really lucky in single family.
Get a contract. And,
get a contract and then find a developer, another investor to take it, and made. I mean, we had never even seen a check for that much before. We were just like,
no, that business model is crazy,
it's
man.
crazy.
And it works. If you have like a go-getter and you like, it really works.
Yeah. The reason why we couldn't, or we didn't want to, not only was it a lot of work, it was a lot of emotional work for me, because I was starting to talk to people that were going through a certain situation, and I was trying to help. And if I couldn't, I would invest so much and even start to spend too much time and too much. I was willing to do things that wouldn't help me or them, and it just didn't make sense anymore. And so when we found multifamily and we said, look, we can be involved, we can be passive, we can be active, we can, and the property manager does all that.
Absolutely.
Works with the tenants.
Which is the beautiful thing,
That's
right?
the beauty of it.
And if you're thinking about investing, because I talk about this all the time. Like, people are like, oh, thinking about investing is like buying a house and putting tenants on it, right?
Right.
Which, for the same amount of money that you put in for down payment stuff, you can invest in a multifamily and get, greater returns.
Right.
Or less work.
That's right.
Well, and that was how we kind of came to multifamily, because at first we were like, oh my gosh, we'll have all these single family houses and we'll do all the things, and we're like, one at a time.
Yeah.
It was like
50
one
by
little
50.
door at a time. And we ran across our mentor speaking at a Quest IRA event, and we were like, I think I love this man.
Super cool.
Brad Sumrock. And
Brad.
so really just learning that next level made us level up.
Yep, absolute similar beginnings. Brad Sumrock changed the lives of a lot of people, or even some of the mindset too that comes with it, right?
Right.
Which is that it was what it takes you from getting started or such, right? In the multifamily. And okay, so let's talk a little bit about, you guys did the wholesale stuff and the multifamily. What you guys are doing now? Let's talk about the BE investor.
BE property investors.
Property investors.
I'm the B.
I'm the E. Yeah.
And now our focus is, because we've had some successful passive deals, we want to be more active, and we're trying to kind of reach out to our community and help others come along on this journey with us.
Yes.
I remember a long time ago when I was in the Brad Sumrock, when I first met you guys. That was probably 4 years ago.
I think so.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think when you guys have just signed up and went to the bus tour, and I was
You
the
were
cameraman,
that's right.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
And then I was like, can I have a testimony from you? And I actually have this testimony, so you guys can watch it right now.
I had a great time on the bus tour today. We met a ton of people.
I want to show you how many cards we have. Look at this networking. Where else can you meet this many investors that can help you grow your business?
And it was so cool because she was like, look how many cards do I have of the investors. It was so cool. Remember that?
I totally remember
Clearly.
that.
Yeah,
I think Liz found her niche. I think she loves talking to people, and when she meets people at these networking events, she just lights up, and people from across the room will be like, "There's Liz." No matter wherever we are, everybody always recognizes Liz.
That's right.
It could also be the bright white crazy hair too.
You got better hair than I do. Right? That's
I'll
so
take it.
cool. And that's what I like about this show that we're doing. Trust me, it's a lot of work and all that, but like we're having such a great networking and building relationships with you guys, like people that are being guests on our shows, plus the people that are watching. I'm having, especially the kids one. I don't know if you guys saw it. The last one was the kids. All about kids. So like 4 kids, one little one. The little one was 8.
I think he was 8.
8, and we're asking him, what's your, investments or what you heard about investments? And one of them in high school was like, I never taught us, but their parents are multifamily or some kind of, right? But it was so good to see their perspective as
That's
kids.
so
I was like,
great.
shit, I never had this one. I was a kid.
Oh, I wish I had
nothing,
that. Yes.
right? And then my beginnings was like, to the real estate investment, same as you guys. Like, we had one single family, my wife and I in Boston, and then getting nothing, and then I went to seminars same way, and then I started working for the man.
Yep.
And learned so much, met so many good people. Now we're in 4 syndications and doing great. We have a team, and we have our other company. So I cannot imagine, like, if you asked me 5 years ago if all this would have happened, I would be like, that's impossible.
Right.
You know what I mean? And see you guys like doing the same and do the real grind.
That's it.
And want to scale up and be great. So I appreciate you guys. Thanks for sharing this story. That's really cool.
Of course. Thanks for having us.
So what is the future from here?
Well, that's we've been thinking about that because, like she mentioned, we're capital raising now,
Yeah.
and we're like, where are we going? Like, yes, we want a deal, but like,
So do you have a deal under contract now?
we're underwriting right now.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
a little tough getting those numbers to
What
work.
markets are you guys looking for?
But, Central Texas.
Central Texas.
Yeah, it was staying. Yeah, San Antonio even like down, but
yeah.
Austin, Dallas, Houston.
So a little bit reasonable price than Austin, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you guys look at some I saw some properties here, but the underwriting wouldn't work.
Yeah.
No, when we
For the
first started
pricing.
looking, when we first joined Brad and I was
Yeah.
looking at deals here, the caps were around 2.
Really?
Yeah. And so now I'm seeing some 5, 6, but they
Yeah.
need a lot of love.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean,
So
we'll see what the
cool.
market does and the interest rates. It's
So let's talk about Austin, because you guys been here for a while, and we mentioned that in
Yeah.
the beginning of the podcast about we need more coffee there. Hey, Keith, look at me.
no, I'm
You good?
still going. Yeah.
There you go.
This is
Thank you.
good, man.
It's delicious.
I have a little bit, please.
That was a good slurp, Neander. That was
Right,
great.
right?
Yeah.
He's a
And
pro.
now that we have, at the show in the studio, we do not wear headphones, so we don't get to see it. We see it afterwards. It's funny.
So
Just a
loud.
little side note. I went to Japan, Dan and I got in a hotel and took a little nap and went down. We were hungry and went to the soup place, right? And it was kind of a fast foodish. Didn't have much tables. Was everybody sit around the bar, and they cook in the middle of the kitchen, and they sit around the kitchen, kind of all open concept, and all soup stuff, like kind of the ramen thing. Dude, was a slurping forenza thing. Like, I was like,
Slurp
my mom here will be like, she'll probably
You're
leave.
freaking out, yeah.
My
trouble.
mom, and we grew up with that stuff. We could not like have to, because sometimes, come on, man. I was like, I'm a grown ass man, and sometimes we just eat like this.
Yeah.
She's like, what are you doing? And then she had to hold correctly, and then she's all about this
The proper
being
manners on the
proper
table.
manners on the
Yeah.
table. I could not eat without my shirt off, like I was playing soccer. I come eat. I could not sit in the table without my shirt
Yeah, you
off.
can't have your elbow on the table.
Oh, yeah.
There
That was
we
the
go.
hardest.
Otherwise, it was,
Okay, Mom, if you're watching this, look at this. And when I drink, now look at me.
All right, let's do it.
There you go.
all the things.
Feels good.
I'm kidding. Love you. But the growth of Austin, I haven't been in Austin in a long time. And I think it was last year I came to San Antonio.
Okay.
But when we come from Dallas, we go on the tollway on the back, and we don't get to see even Austin. You don't get to see nothing
Right.
downtown. So I haven't probably been here in the past 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I've been here but before that time. That is, I haven't been here in 10
Right.
years. But then on the way back, I think there was some kind of accident and the GPS threw us in here to 35.
Mm-hmm.
I was blown away by just looking at from the outside, passing by downtown, how many crates, right? Those big
cranes.
Cranes and buildings. It's bigger than Dallas.
Yeah.
The
It's
downtown
huge, yeah.
Dallas, like you see downtown Dallas more spread out.
It
It's
is.
huge, but like if you look at just downtown Dallas,
It's
I think
dense.
it's bigger, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Maybe, yeah, I would like to know the stats on that because it is so dense.
Yeah, and a perspective of Austin is I was looking at, it's not a small city, but smaller than Dallas Fort Worth, and then we look at small town, but like that was a big city as well as
Right.
now having all this technology companies, all this stuff is going on, and here in Austin. So, what is your guys' perspective of that, getting from the beginning when you probably let's say 20 years ago to now?
Oh,
I mean-
man. It's been nuts, but I feel like you have to have that huge influx. It does help the city ultimately.
Sure.
We've grown and developed. It's brought in a lot more opportunities. I feel like for everybody. Not everybody loves the huge
change.
population growth and change, but I feel like for the most part, it's been good for the city.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a life cycle of a city, an active city where there's industry, and our property taxes have gone through the roof. But, our families here, that Austin is still here. Those little nuggets, those little spots, and they're still here. And change is everywhere. So if you don't like it here, where are you going to go? So
Yeah.
we still love it.
That's cool, and it's very distinct how here in Austin, the people, the culture, right? It's almost like feel like a little California people say nowadays. You see?
There was a huge Silicon, what do they call it? Silicon Hills is
Yeah,
what they
Silicon
call
Valley,
this because
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
came in,
Yeah.
and being in tech, that happened maybe 20 years ago is when that
Sure.
first started,
Started.
and
Yeah.
they would call it Cali Tech and Cali Light, but I love it. I mean, it's like I said, it's just everybody's vibrant and winning together. It's like we're all growing together. I don't see any negative in it.
No,
So,
no negative at all.
Do you call yourself what do you call yourself when you're from Austin?
Austinite.
Are you an Austinite?
Yeah, born and raised.
Okay, so
Yeah.
if somebody just moved in, how long do they need to be here to
Ooh.
be granted the name?
Oh, we touched some very sensitive
That-
subject right now. Look.
You're doing that on camera? Wow. All right. I'm going to hand that one over to you, realtor.
Man, that's tough. It doesn't bother me at all. I don't know that there's a certain timeline that people have to, be here to be considered, but
If you're cool, you can stay. I mean,
Yeah, it's
that's,
just a bigger speech. It's just play.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
If you're cool, you
just
can
kidding.
stay.
But
Just
five years
kidding.
would help.
5 years. Okay,
All right, that's good.
you get your stamp.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talk about your realtor and the business itself.
right now what is hot here in Austin is the infill development. So a lot of new construction in the downtown area, East Austin. We have a lot also in Central and South. We work with a lot of builders across Austin to just bring new stuff. And a lot of that stuff is going under contract before it hits the market. So the market is
Wow.
still moving. People, I think there's a lot of fear in the market.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing it firsthand. There's people out and about. There's people coming to open houses.
Even though interest rates and people still they're
They're still
there are a
coming.
lot of people on the sidelines kind of waiting, but
Yeah.
we still see a lot of activity and deals are still closing.
so cool.
Yeah, amazing.
And the future for the investment side. What do you guys want to find a deal as a GP now? And
Yeah.
Definitely want to find 2 GP deals is our goal this year, and to help 100 folks come along on this journey with us.
let's go.
Yeah. So and I'll just tag on to that we really were thinking about our name. BE Property Investors. At first, it was BE because Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Property Investors, but now it's become something more global. Like we see the value in what the benefits are of being a property investor, and so we want other people to be property investors. So not only is it us, but it's the word that we want to spread and bring people along with us.
That's awesome.
And lift everybody up. So
Really cool, man. And that's definitely a team sport. right, on a multifamily,
Yeah.
and then you impact a lot of people.
Yeah.
Right. You know, we're coming to almost the full cycle on one of our first deals that we bought, and like I can't wait, man.
Awesome.
My first distribution, I called them personally, and I was like, "Hey, man, I'm sending you a check." You know what I mean? Because it was higher than we
amazing.
projected, and I can't wait for that day. And this year is gonna be. It's still a good time to sell. We don't need to sell, but
Okay.
we're speculating. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
If you want to
But
sell, let's chat. I mean, let's.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Off market
let's
deal.
chat.
Let's
do it.
go.
All right.
All right. This is the time that the audience would like to know a little bit about Liz and Barbie. And
Uh-oh.
this is spilling the beans with this awesome couple. Let's go. Ready?
Ready.
Yes.
Amazon or Barnes & Nobles?
Barnes and Noble.
I want to say Barnes and Noble, but Amazon.
Cold plunges or jacuzzi?
Jacuzzi.
Cold plunges. Definitely.
Modelo or ranch water?
Modelo.
Not ranch water?
Nope.
San Antonio or Austin?
Austin.
Oh, come on, Austin.
Let's
Next question,
go.
please.
Sorry, San Antonio.
A night out on 6th Street or a day activity at the Barton Springs?
Barton
Barton
Springs.
Pretty cool, huh? Weddings or quinceañeras?
Ooh.
I bet quinceañeras would probably be more fun.
Let's go, right?
I have one.
Okay.
Free tattoos for life or free tacos?
Tacos. Right?
I might do tattoos.
Tacos.
I'll do tattoos and tacos, man. Oh my God, right? You can
a
have
good one.
both. It's a good one.
A tattoo of a taco.
Ooh, right? Kill Bill or Wonder Woman?
Wonder Woman. Which Kill Bill? How many Kill? Aren't there a couple of
The original, the first one. Let's put it the first one.
Kill Bill? Yeah.
Wonder
Woman. All right. Barbie doll or Elsa doll?
Barbie doll.
Barbie doll.
I had to say that one. Come on.
And that
No pressure.
concludes the Spit in the Biz. Barbie and Liz, thank
Thanks,
you.
man.
That's
That was
awesome. Guys, thanks so much for coming. But before we finish, and this is part of the segment, I want you guys to look at this guy right here. And you can start with you, Liz.
Yep.
What would you say to your younger self back then, beginning and powerful? Let's go.
Believe in yourself. You have a voice that needs to be heard because the message is more important than the fear you have about speaking. Go and meet everybody that you can in this space. Just meet them all because all of them have something to give you of value. And the last thing, what was the other thing that we...
Relationships. Excuse
Yes.
me. Relationships. This is a relationship business, and everybody has something to give.
Yep. That's number one. Well, I guess number one to let go of some of that fear. For me, that was my biggest one. You can do it. And then go meet everybody.
Go meet everybody.
What would you have to say, Barbie?
I just kind of tag on and say
Yeah.
the relationship part of it.
Yes.
I think if we can just talk to and meet as many people in the space, then we can all win together.
Nice.
Team sport, right on.
It
That's
is.
super cool, man. Guys, thank you so much for coming up
course.
to the show and to this park. Has been super cool for us,
I
you know,
know.
to be out of the student doing this like remote setup.
So organic.
Happy to have you in
Yeah.
Austin.
Yeah.
It was great conversation. I love to, we continue our relationship as friends and potential partners someday.
Definitely.
Be great.
You got it.
Great.
And thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thanks
And
for the-
come to the studio in Dallas. I would love to have you on the
love
Coffee
to.
Cove.
Yes.
Love to have you all in there.
Yeah, this kind of beats our setup that we have at home. So this is awesome.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. And this is the real grind. And back to Ito. Let's go.
Right on. And as always, thank you so much for watching the Real Grind podcast. The full episodes are on YouTube or Facebook. If you listen to the episodes, you can look it up on Spotify, Apple Music, or your favorite podcast platform. And again, this is the real grind. We're on the road. This has been a lot of fun. So stay tuned. Don't miss out any episode. See you there. This is the real grind.
Waking up to success. Now we getting it started. This is the real grind. Everything you've been wanting, building an empire, no question. Talking about real estate, investing, making the millions, no stopping. While we sip on gourmet coffee. The